Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Franklin from the Money Code Academy, and I'm here to hold your hands and help you to win financially. Now, if this is your first time of coming to this channel, I want to encourage you to subscribe and don't forget to smash the bell button so that when I post a new video, you'll be the first to receive it. On this particular channel, I speak about personal finance, I speak about financial freedom, and also entrepreneurship. Now, there are so many sides to these things that I share. Okay, so if you're interested in these things, don't forget to subscribe to this particular channel. Now, on today's video, I want to quickly share with you something I titled 5 attitudes to possess if you must use a credit card. 5 attitudes to possess if you must use a credit card. Now, this is so important because some years ago, I had an experience, and I didn't need a credit card. I was very okay financially, everything was fine. I didn't need to go for a credit card, but I had the wrong mindset about having a credit card. I came from a background where having a credit card was like a thing of how do I put this now? It was like something that you needed. Okay, for us, as at that time, we felt that if you have a credit card, you are one of the elites out there in the world. This was years ago, and so I got the opportunity to get a credit card. And guess what? When I did that, it messed me up big time. I'm telling you, it messed me up big time. You know why? Because I had little or no knowledge about it. I had little or no knowledge about how to use it. And guess what? I didn't possess the right attitude towards it. And so I felt that there was a need for me to share these thoughts so that it could go a long way to help somebody out there. The use of credit card in our world today has become more rampant than it used to be 15, 20 years ago. Many societies now are going into this cashless policy. So the use of the debit card, the credit card is on the increase right now. And so it is important that if you must have a credit card, you should possess the right attitude. I am one of those who think that you shouldn't have a credit card. Now, I have my reasons for that. It doesn't have anything to do with you. If you feel there is a need for you to use a credit card, it is fine. But I just feel that there is no point having the credit card if you can just be able to manage your financial life without having to depend on the credit card. The reason is because one way or the other, the credit card will always put you in debts. You see that now. But does that mean that the credit card is not good? Absolutely not. The credit card is a very good thing. Don't get me wrong. The credit card is a good thing to possess. I still have one. Okay? But then you must possess the right attitude. That's it. With the right attitude, trust me, you won't make the kind of mistakes that I made, and you won't be in a lot of debts at the end of the day. Few months ago, I saw a particular news that caught my attention. A young man, he won a certain amount of money, okay, in millions, okay, and a great part of that money, according to him, was going to go into his credit card debt bill. Look at that. He had accumulated so much debt over the years, and he didn't even know how to come out of it. It was by the grace of God that such an opportunity came to him for him to be able to pay back that particular debt. At the end of the day, what he was going to be left with from the money that he won was nothing compared to the amount of money that he won. And this is the reason I'm taking our time to talk to you about the attitudes that you should possess. While it is good for you to have a credit card, while it has its own advantages, you must understand that with the right attitude, you will enjoy the use of your credit card more. So let's get right into it. The first attitude that you must maintain if you want to use the credit card is discipline. The credit card, you've never heard this, the credit card is an instrument that gives you the power to spend. I mean, anytime you want to swipe that card, it is always ready to answer. Unlike the debit card. The debit card is based on your balance in your account, but the credit card is based on the credit limit that has been given to you. So anytime you want to swipe that card, it is there. See, the credit card, it is called the power to spend. And if you have no self-discipline, hear me, you will end up, and this is so important, don't miss me here. If you don't have discipline, self-discipline, you will end up spending on a whole lot of things that you shouldn't have spent on if you didn't have that credit card. That's when you see that shoe that you want to buy. That's when you see that electronics or that gadget that you would love to buy. Ordinarily, even if you were to go for a shoe, you would have gone for a shoe that is, not so expensive, something affordable. But because you are carrying that power to spend, okay, there's a programming on that particular card. So you just go ahead and you just swipe the card, okay, because you feel that, come on, I can handle this. But guess what? For each of those times that you are swiping, as you are swiping it, do you know what you are doing? You are incurring debt for yourself. You are putting your finances in a position of shortage. Because whenever you earn, you will have to go pay that particular amount that you've spent from that card. And in most cases, there could be EMIs also to pay on that card. So you need to possess discipline. Now, this is so important if you want to achieve financial freedom. I often tell people, most people think that financial freedom is having more than enough money to spend, but that is not financial freedom. That's just 1% of the total package. Financial freedom, brothers and sisters, it is the ability, to be able to manage what you earn. When you are able to manage what you earn, hear me, that is what guarantees that you will be able to have more than enough in the future. But if all you do is spending before earning, so that when you earn, you replace, you may end up spending all your earnings way before you receive the money. So I want to encourage you today, practice discipline, cultivate it. Learn to say no. That is one of the ways in which you practice discipline. Learn to say no. And this is one of the reasons you need to also have budget. You don't spend beyond what is in your budget for that month or for that week. You see that now? I'm going to do a video on budgeting much later in the future. But until then, just a little about budgeting. You've got to understand that budgeting, it helps to keep your spending in check. When you have a budget, you have a roadmap for your finances for that month. And then you begin to go within that particular direction. So this is so important. Cultivate discipline. The next thing that you must do or you must possess, the next attitude you must possess is self-control. Hear me, this is so important. Without self-control, I don't think you should be using a credit card. You know why? Because there are so many shiny objects out there. When you go to the mall, there are so many beautiful things. When you are watching the TV, there are so many beautiful things. I mean, everyone out there is showing you something beautiful, and they are giving you reason why you should opt for it. And because you have the credit card, which is the power to spend, you would want to go for it. But that is where self-control comes into play. There are things that you should not go for, no matter how beautiful it is. There are some pleasures that you shouldn't go for, no matter how pleasurable it may be. Always consider your future, not just the now. Because see, if you have no self-control, you will put yourself in such a position that will mess you up. I'm telling you. It will mess you up big time. I can tell you this because I made the same mistake. But I learned from my mistake, and I felt there's a need for me to warn many out there. When that credit card was with me, come on. Whatever it is that is good, I would always want to go for it. And the funny part is that it's not like I didn't have money to go for it or to pay cash. I just felt I have a credit card. Come on, I can use the credit card. You see that now? And so I ended up spending. And at the end of the day, I was in a lot of debt when it comes to the credit card. So you too can avoid this if you would apply self-control. You can put a law and say the credit card will be for only emergency. You can put a law and say 90% of the things that I want to buy, if I don't have cash to go for it, then let it be. Are you seeing it now? Let it be. Bring up laws, bring up rules that will govern your spending habit with that particular card. If you don't do this, my friend, I'm telling you, you will end up in such debt. I mean, one of the reasons you're listening to this particular video right now is because you are in debt. At least I know that. Because I've had some credit card debts that you are trying to deal with. You get that now? This is something that you need to work on. Apply what? Self-control. The use of credit card does not mean that you are now a big dude or you have arrived. I had that mindset before because of the orientation I had years ago, like 8 years ago, 10 years ago. You get the point now? So I want to encourage you in this regard. Make a conscious decision that you apply self-control. Bring up rules that will govern your usage of that particular card. See, don't forget, the people that gave you that card, the reason they gave you that card is to make money from you. Don't think they gave you that card because they love you. You know, a lot of times you may just think that, oh, the bank is doing you a favor. And guess what? You will see some of these bank agents who will come to you. They will sweet talk you. They will do everything possible to ensure that you get this card. But hear me, do not be deceived. When they want you to get the card, they are so nice to you. But when you are defaulting in the payment of that card, hear me, it is not the young ladies that calls you this time. It is some of those guys that are hungry. They are ready to persecute you. They are ready to prosecute you. Rather, they are ready to take you to the law just to ensure that you get your card bills paid. I'm telling you, they are not always in the best mood when they want to get out that money from you. So don't be deceived. They didn't give you that card because they love you. They gave you the card because they want to make money from you. The EMIs that you are paying, those things in that card, hear me, it is interest for them. For every time you spend money from that card, there is a guarantee that they are going to make some percentage from you. So what are you going to do about this? Are you just going to fold your hands and watch them make you? Am I against the bank? Certainly not. Am I against bank officials? Certainly not. I love them. These are nice people, but you must begin to apply wisdom when it comes to dealing with them, so that you will not be taken advantage of. You get the point now? The third attitude you must possess if you must use the credit card, you need to take the time to learn about the conditions that comes with your card. Hear me, every credit card comes with certain conditions. When you receive a credit card, it comes with a booklet. Don't just throw the booklet aside and say, oh, come on. No, spend the time to study that booklet, because that is the guide that has been given to you to ensure you don't make mistakes with the card. You've got to understand this. In my own time, I didn't spend time to study any booklet. I just felt it was just like my debit card, and I was good to go. You're getting the point now. Don't be in a hurry. Otherwise, you will land yourself in such a debt that you will keep paying and paying and paying. It is a cycle of never-ending payments. I'm telling you. When you are using it, it is sweet. It is lovely. It gives you honor. You know, when you swipe the card, there's honor in it. But guess what? When you are paying back, there is a lot of pain that goes with it. You must be willing to avoid this pain by spending time to learn the conditions that goes with the card. Learn about the cash backs on that card, because of course these days the credit card that is being given to you, you know, the cash back is there. They'll tell you if you shop with this card, this certain amount, that you will get a certain number of cash back. Those things are there, but know the cash backs benefit that is there. Know there are some of the cards where they tell you if you use it to book a flight ticket, you will get some miles, and at the end of the day, if you accumulate those miles, it could end up giving you one full ticket, you know, for free, because you've accumulated the miles. It is a good thing, but get to know the benefit, the miles benefit that is on that particular card. Also, you must learn about the minimum payment. What is the minimum payment that needs to be made every month so that you don't run into debt? You get the point now? What is the minimum payment? No matter how much you have spent, they always ensure that a certain amount is being deposited into the card on a regular basis, so that you don't have, you know, this gap there. Get to know how much is the minimum payment. Get to know the payment dates. That's one thing that I also made a mistake with. I didn't understand the payment dates. You know, it comes and it goes, and each time you miss the payment date, there is a late fee to be paid. You see this instrument? It has the power to spend. Okay? But hear me, when you are paying back, it is an ugly experience. The only time you enjoy the credit card is when you have these things built up in you. When you have this attitude, come on, you're good to go. Use as many cards as you want to use, but make sure that this attitude, you have addressed it. Now, the next attitude that you need to possess, okay, when it comes to using the card, you must have the right emotional intelligence. The right emotional intelligence. See, you cannot use the credit card without you running into debts. A lot of times, 80% of the times, you will definitely enter into debt. And this debt, or debt rather, it can go a long way to bring you depression. I was listening to the account of a young lady the other day, and she was saying that had 5 credit cards, and on all those cards she's got debt on all of it. You can imagine that. In total, she was owing close to about $150,000. She doesn't even know how to come out of it. You see that now? And that particular thing kept on giving her sleepless nights. Maybe you are listening to me right now when you are in that place. I want to encourage you to take heart. Be strong. Be strong, because you have the ability to come out of it. You just need to maintain the right composure. You just need to maintain the right emotional intelligence. Don't become broken down because of the debt. That's something that I want you to cultivate. Have the right emotional intelligence, because you may encounter some ugly things about the card that will make you very disappointed. You could become broken emotionally, and sometimes the way they call you to ask for the money, it could be very, very embarrassing. I'm telling you. But when you have the right emotional intelligence, you don't bother yourself. So cultivate the right emotional intelligence. How do you do that? First of all, you need to adjust your mind. Know that some embarrassing calls may come to you. Settle that in your heart. And then when those calls come to you, don't take it to heart. Don't magnify it. Remember, it is your bill, and they have the right to call you. Yes, you heard me right. They have the right to call you, because when you were taking the card, when you were signing up to take the card, you knew the conditions and you went ahead. So because you went ahead, you should be able to take responsibility. So that is how to develop the right emotional intelligence when it comes to this. You get the point now? Now, the next attitude that you need to possess, you have to be proactive. Be proactive when it comes to the use of this card. What do I mean by this? Don't be hesitant in paying your bills. Get to know the bill date, like I said earlier, and pay your bills on time. Be proactive. Don't delay in paying your bills. Don't delay in these things, because those delays will go a very long way to add, late fee, and then you start spending extra money that you didn't bargain for. So make a conscious decision that this is something that you're going to work on in your life. Be proactive with the use of that card. Be smart with the use of that card. Don't always allow the card to think for you. Think for the card. Don't allow the card to possess you. Be the one to possess the card. If the card possesses you, you will spend recklessly. You will spend on anything. So that's something that you need to work on. And then a bonus point, don't be dependent on the card. There are people, I was listening to a young lady the other day, and she was saying something that I felt this is serious. She said she had gotten to that point in her life. She needed help here, okay? She said she had gotten to that point in her life where she was totally dependent on the cards. She had about 5 to 6 cards now. Anything she wants to do, she just go for the card. Somehow, somewhere in her mind, she's beginning to think that without the card, she cannot survive. But I've got news for you. If you are part of those who have become so heavily dependent on the card, you need to retrace your steps. You need to start taking it easy now. Don't depend on the card. I told you something just now. I said, don't let the card to possess you. You be the one to possess the card. But this will go a very long way to help you. Is that okay? So work on that. It will go a very long way. See, if you will abide to these things that I've shared with you, I'm telling you, your life will not remain the same. I want to encourage you to watch out for a course that I have done on debt, okay, eliminating debts, okay. I want you to watch out for it. I'm uploading it here on YouTube for free. You just watch out for it. So, watch those videos again and again, because it will go a very long way to help you. So that will be all for this particular video. I trust that you have gotten value from this video. I want to encourage you to smash the like button, to share with your friends and families. Listen to this particular video again and again. Listen to it so that you will hear some of the things that you did not hear the first time you watched it. And I'm not just telling you to watch it because I want to get views. No, it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with you. When you have a deeper understanding of the things I've shared with you, I'm telling you, your life will not remain the same. And I also want you to comment below, okay? Give a comment in the comment section. I would want to hear from you. The part that resonated with you, that part that you felt, wow, this is for me. I want you to tell me about it. And if you have a question, don't forget to ask me your question. Just visit our website, www.moneycodeacademy.com, and contact us there. I'll be willing to communicate to you when I see that particular message. And most importantly, I want you to know that I'm here for you, to hold your hands and to help you win in your financial journey. Don't forget, keep cracking the money code. God bless you.